We've got an awesome new comic book day this week, not just because we have an incredible lineup of books releasing, but it's also local comic book shop day. So keep watching this video to hear all about this week's upcoming issues, but stick around to the end to hear which exclusives are coming out for local comic book shop day. So stay tuned. Welcome back, everyone. AR Comics here, and today I'm going to be going over all of this week's upcoming issues for New Comic Book Day and also the local comic book shop day exclusives. But before I get started on that, if you are new to the channel, I drop weekly comic book content, and if you want to join a community that's dedicated to comic books and raising awareness for mental health, then hit the subscribe button down low and the little bell to get notified. Every time I drop new content, you won't regret it. And now, without further ado, let's get started on this week's books. So as always, I won't be going over the incentive variants or the local comic book shop exclusives, but I will be covering the standard ones that everyone gets. I'll also be going over new arcs that are ending, or any sort of first appearances. So pretty much anything that's important in these issues, I'll be covering. But before I get started on Image Comics today, there's just a couple issues I want to go over, and the first one is going to be from AWA Upshot. It's Devil's Highway, number 5 of 5. It only has a cover A, and the series is finally coming to a close. So many people have been telling me I need to read this. I've heard very good things about it. Honestly, I've been looking forward to it ending so I can finally get a trade paperback of it. So if you are reading it, let me know what you think down low about it, because I can't wait to get it. I've really been looking forward to reading it. I love pretty much everything that AWA has been releasing. But that's it from AWA Upshot. The next one I want to go over is from IDW. It's TMNT's Best of Donatello. Only has a cover A, and I'm going over this one because a lot of people really like the Raphael one that they came out with. Everyone loves TMNT right now. They had The Last Ronin, and it's just very popular at the moment. I probably won't be getting this one because it's a little bit heavier a week for me, especially with the local comic book shop day exclusives coming out. So I most likely won't get it, but we'll see what happens when the time comes. But those are the only two issues I wanted to go over really quick, so let's jump into Image Comics. So I just need to start off by saying how much I really do love Image Comics. I love indie titles, and I look forward to reading this list every single week because I'm pretty sure my entire pull list is pretty much Image. If it's not Image, it's mostly Boom too, but I'm really looking forward to this week. First up today, we have Chew, number 5. It only has a cover A, and this is the end of the arc for all of you Chew fans out there. I'm not reading it right now. I have heard good things. I have issue 1. I read it. I did like it. But I stopped getting it because my pull list was so big at the time that I cut that one off. I'm probably going to start picking this one back up again, but I might get the trade paperback first. After that, we have Department of Truth, number 3. It has a cover A and a cover B. I love this cover B. I think both covers are great, but I absolutely love this series. This is one of my favorite ongoings right now, just not from Image, but overall. This series is fantastic. You need to give this one a shot. After Department of Truth, though, we have Philadelphia, number 10. It has a cover A and a cover B. And for all of you guys that have been telling me I need to read Philadelphia, I need to start picking it up and reviewing it during my top 10 for New Comic Book Day, I finally can. I have all of the issues consecutive now. In one of my recent hauls, I picked up issue 2, so I can't wait to read this and just hop on the train with everyone else. I've heard such good things. The only problem I had with it, where I think I stopped getting it, was the artwork. I don't know if it got better or it changed at all, but I really didn't like the artwork. But I heard the story's fantastic, and I really liked the first 2 issues. So I'm looking forward to reading this one too. So after Philadelphia, we have Monstrous Talk Stories, number 1 of 2. It only has a cover A, and I'm going to be skipping out on this one. I'm not reading Monstrous, and I'm not really interested in it, and this is obviously some sort of small tie-in to the series. I'm going to be skipping over it. After that, we have Nailbiter Returns, number 7, only has a cover A. I've heard fantastic things about Nailbiter and Nailbiter Returns. Haven't read anything about it. I was looking for a hardcover, but I don't think they have a hardcover out for it. And there's a ton of issues from Nailbiter, so I'm just very far behind. Obviously not going to be reading Nailbiter Returns if I haven't read Nailbiter, so I'm skipping this one. After that, though, we have Rat Queens, number 23, only has a cover A. Same thing, not caught up in it. I didn't want to just hop on board on one of the new arcs, so I'm going to be skipping over this one. Then we have Savage Dragon, number 254. It has a cover A and a cover B. I've heard a lot of good things about Savage Dragon. I've heard a lot of people that have liked it, but personally, I'm going to be skipping out on it. I have a pretty big pull list, and this isn't something that I particularly want to hop on. But then we have a big issue coming out, in my opinion. Scumbag number 2. It has a cover A and a cover B. I almost skipped out on the first Scumbag, and I am so happy I didn't. I'm pretty sure it got my number 1 choice of the week. I loved it. It was so good. The artwork was a little different to me. I wasn't a huge fan of it, but if you read the story, it fits it very well. You have to pick up Scumbag, in my opinion. It is so good. From there, though, we have Spawn number 312. It has a cover A, B, and C. I'm pretty sure the cover B is the local comic book shop day exclusive, which I'll be covering at the end of this video, so make sure you stay tuned for that. But I'm a big Spawn fan. I really want to get the hardcovers. I have a couple solo issues here and there, but I won't be picking up 312. Obviously, I'm very far behind. I'm going to pick up the hardcovers first. But then we have Tartarus number 7, has a cover A and a cover B. Another series. I read the first couple issues. I really didn't like it, so I ended up skipping out on it. And then we have another huge issue, in my opinion. Image has a very big week for me. Undiscovered Country number 10 has a cover A and a cover B. Make sure you keep your eyes peeled for cover B. I'm pretty sure this is going to be a brand new villain. And if it's not a new villain, I'm pretty sure if you're reading the story, I'm not going to spoil anything. Something happens to that current main villain, and now he changes into this. Really looking forward to reading this issue. This whole new arc has been incredible. I love this series. This is definitely another must-read, in my opinion. But those are all the issues coming out for Image Comics this week. Me, personally, definitely getting Department of Truth number 3. I'm going to try to get cover B because I think that's incredible. If you're reading the series, you know that's the devil. Like I was saying, I love this series. I'm going to be picking up Philadelphia number 10. Probably just cover A. I'm not too picky with those covers. But then I'm getting Scumbag number 2. Same thing, most likely just getting cover A. And then Undiscovered Country number 10 as well. Definitely going to try to get cover B. I love that cover. But those are all the issues from Image Comics. Next up, we're going to be moving on to Boom Studios. So for me personally, Image Comics is having a huge week. I know a lot of other people are picking up a lot of those same issues, so let's see how Boom Studios matches up to that. First up today, we've got Angel and Spike, number 16. It has a cover A, B, and C, and for those of you reading this, this is the final issue of the series. Make sure you pick this up so you don't miss out on the ending. Personally, I'm not reading it, but if I was, I would get that cover B. I really like that one. After that, we have Dune, House of Atreides, number 2. It has a cover A and a cover B. This is another series I was a little interested in, but I wasn't able to pick up the first issue because I was having a very big week for that new comic book day, so I ended up skipping out on it. Most likely going to be skipping out on this one as well. But then we have Mega Man, Fully Charged, number 4. It only has a cover A. I'm going to be skipping out on this one too. I read the first 3 issues, I reviewed them. I really liked the first one, but I think it was mainly for nostalgia because I grew up with Mega Man. The second issue, I just really wasn't into it as much, and I didn't like issue 3. So for those reasons, I'm going to be skipping out on number 4. And then the final issue from Boom Studios this week is Unkindness of Ravens, number 3. It has a cover A and a cover B. I probably won't be getting this only because I wasn't able to find issue number 2. However, I really liked issue 1. I thought it was very good. I was really interested in the story, but then I wasn't able to get number 2. I couldn't find it. I still can't find it. I've been looking for it for a little while now. So I probably won't be getting number 3, but if I was, I would just go for cover A. I really like that cover. But those are the only issues coming out from Boom Studios this week, other than the local comic book shop day exclusives that I'll be covering a little bit later. But honestly, I won't be getting any of these issues. So next up, we're going to be talking about DC. So for you DC fans out there, this is going to be a huge week for you guys. I'm not sure I'm going to be picking up a lot of these issues because they're still currently ongoings or they're wrapping up the arcs. And I'm going to be too far behind, so there's no reason for me to jump on a lot of these issues. But first up, we have Detective Comics 1031. It has a cover A and a cover B. I won't be grabbing that one. And then we have The Flash 766, and I'm not completely sure, but it could be a possible arc end. If you guys are reading it, you're going to know a little bit better, but it also says it's the final battle with Dr. Alchemy. So it's going to be a big issue. It's going to be very important for all of you Flash fans. Make sure you pick that one up if you're reading it. And then we have Action Comics 1027, has a cover A and a cover B. I have a bunch of Action comic issues. I'm not really caught up in it, and I'm not even sure how I acquired them all, but I do have a bunch of them. Won't be picking up this one, so there's that. Then we have Wonder Woman 767, has a cover A and a cover B. I haven't heard anything good about this Wonder Woman series right now. A lot of people are saying it's pretty boring. They're dropping it off their pull list. But let me know down below what you think about it. If it's going to be a new arc coming up in these coming weeks, I might grab it, but we'll go from there. And then we have Red Hood, number 51. This is the new era of Red Hood. The whole last series ended with the Red Hood Outlaw. So, Jason Todd, he's on to his new thing. He's a good guy now or something like that. I think that's what they were trying to portray in the description. Read it for yourself. Let me know what you think about it. And then we have Justice League Dark, number 28, has a cover A and a cover B. Going to be skipping out on that one as well. But then moving on to Batman Superman, number 14, has a cover A and a cover B. And this has a first appearance. It's the brand new villain. It's the composite Batman Superman. If you're reading this series, this is a must pick up for you. First appearance. You need to grab this. Moving on from there, we have Batman Beyond, number 49, has a cover A and a cover B. So reading the description, I didn't really see anything too crazy about this, but it ended with, you do not want to miss this issue. For Batman Beyond fans, this is a must read and a must get. That's based on the description. It's nothing too crazy that I read in the description itself, but they put that in there. So make sure you pick that up if you are reading this series. From there, we have John Constantine, Hellblazer, number 12. Is the final issue of this series as well. I was telling you, this is going to be a big week for you DC fans. Do not miss out on this issue. However, I will be getting this issue, Dark Knight's Death Metal, The Multiverse Who Laughs, number 1. I know I just said in my last top 10 video, I think I am finally dropping this off, but a lot of people commented and they said there's only a couple issues left. Make sure you grab it. Come on, you got to finish it up. You've already got the rest of them. I agree. I didn't realize there was only a few issues left, so I'm going to be picking up this one. And plus, I like the one-shots and the tie-ins. I think they've been pretty good. It's the main run that I'm not really enjoying too much. So I'm definitely going to be grabbing that one. But then we have Batman White Knight Presents Harley Quinn, number 2, also has a cover A and a cover B. I really wanted to get into the White Knight stuff. I didn't pick this up because it's obviously not a good jumping-on point for me, seeing I haven't read anything else. But the people who have read that first issue, they said it was very good. So if you're interested in Harley Quinn at all, or you've read anything with the White Knight, you should grab this one. But moving on, we have Suicide Squad, number 11, has a cover A and a cover B, and this is the final issue in the series. Make sure you don't miss out on that. I've heard fantastic things about Suicide Squad. At some point, I'll be grabbing probably a hardcover they come out with. At least I'm assuming they're going to come out with a hardcover, or a trade paperback or two. Really looking forward to reading about Suicide Squad. But then we have Legion of Heroes, number 11, has a cover A and a cover B. I won't be grabbing that one. And then we have The Other History of the DC Universe, has a cover A and a cover B. This is a brand new series. Make sure you check this one out as well. And then wrapping it up with DC Comics, we have The Last God, number 10, only has a cover A. I've heard fantastic things about this. 10 issues, I'm obviously not getting it. I'm a little bit too far behind at this point, but I have heard very good things. But to summarize with DC, the only issue I'm going to be getting this week is The Dark Knight's Death Metal, The Multiverse Who Laughs, number 1. I've really been enjoying these one-shots and tie-ins, so I'm hoping this one's just as good. But next up, we're going to be talking about Marvel Comics. I think Marvel had a pretty good week for them last week, so let's see how this one does for them. First up today, we've got Amazing Spider-Man, number 53. This is the Last Remains tie-in, not the main run. It only has a cover A. I'm not a fan of this tie-in. I'm going to be picking it up because obviously I'm 53 issues deep of this series, plus all the tie-ins and the annuals. I'm going to get it. I'm not enjoying this right now, but I have to grab it. I need to know what's going on. After that, we have Conan the Barbarian, number 16, has a cover A and a cover B, and this is the end of the arc. So if you're reading this series, make sure you pick this one up. You do not want to miss out how this one ends. From there, we have Daredevil, number 24. It only has a cover A, and I'm not really too sure based on the description, but it does say that this is the verdict of the trial. If you're reading this series, you know what I'm talking about. I do think the series is very good. I might end up picking this one up depending how the rest of my week looks, but Daredevil's been on trial, and I guess we finally get the verdict in this issue. It's been a little bit slow, so I'm hoping something finally picks up with this. After that, we have Doctor Doom, number 9, has a cover A and a cover B. I like the first couple issues I read of this. It kind of dropped off in my opinion. I do know people reading this that really enjoy it. I wasn't a big fan, so I stopped grabbing it. After that, we have Excalibur, number 15, has a cover A, B, and C. This is part of the Ten of Swords. Won't be grabbing this. At some point, a big hardcover is going to come out. I'm just going to get that. And for these fans, I'm not sure there are any fans of this one, but let me know down below if you are. Falcon and the Winter Soldier, number 5 of 5, only has a cover A, and it's finally wrapping up. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of these mini runs, and I'm glad to see it's finally ending. Just like this one coming up. Fantastic Four. I know you've all corrected me on how I say this, but Antithesis, number 4 of 4, it only has a cover A, and it's finally wrapping up as well. And I know if you're watching this right now, you're going to tell me I said that wrong again. I don't know how you say that word. I've looked it up, and I still can't seem to say it right. But after that, we have Maestro, number 4 of 5, that has a cover A and a cover B. Another issue I won't be getting because it's just a tiny little mini run. However, I have heard very good things about Maestro. I really liked the first issue. It's something I wish I would have kept on, but I got some pretty heavy weeks in the past, and I ended up just not grabbing them. So I'm going to be skipping out on this one as well. And then we have Marvel, number 2 of 6, only has a cover A. I really like this cover. I think it's very nice. Won't be grabbing the series though. But then we're moving on to a brand new series. Power Pack number 1 of 5 has a cover A and a cover B. I'm telling you, Marvel loves these mini-series. This is how they make their money. They just keep releasing just a little bit of crap here and there that people are slightly interested in, and they don't feel like they're wasting their money on an ongoing. But in reality, wasting their money on a short little mini-series. And let's be real, Marvel Zombies variant, you missed it, man. We're in November going on December. This was October stuff. Not interested. And then we have Shang-Chi, number 3 of 5. It has a cover A and a cover B. I picked up the first 2 issues. I kind of liked it, but I don't think I'm sticking with this one. I wasn't that big of a fan. But if you are reading this, this is the origin of his father. It's kind of a bigger issue. If you're reading this, I'm not sure this is going to mean anything in the grand scheme of it, but if you like Shang-Chi, this is going to be something to read. But after Shang-Chi, we have Werewolf by Night, number 2 of 4. It only has a cover A, and surprisingly, I've heard a lot of good things about this series, despite it only being a 4-issue mini-run. The artwork, I was told, was okay, but the story's been very good. I won't be picking it up, but for those of you who are interested and were kind of on the fence, I heard it's been very good. After that, we have a brand new series, part of the Ten of Swords run. It's Destruction number 1. It has a cover A, B, C, and D. Obviously, I won't be getting it because I'm not reading anything Ten of Swords or X-Men relating, but for those of you keeping up with the Ten of Swords little event, this is a must pick up. Grab that. I really like all the covers, honestly. I like all the covers for all this Ten of Swords stuff, but not reading it. But from there, we have X-Men number 15. It has a cover A and B. I really like that cover B, which is surprising because I really don't like a lot of Peach Momoko stuff. I think that one's pretty nice. But that's everything from Marvel this week. I think they're having a very, very light week in my opinion. The only thing I'm going to be getting is Amazing Spider-Man number 53 and maybe Daredevil number 24. Other than that, I don't think I'm going to be getting anything. And that's it for Marvel. So now's the time you've been waiting for, local comic book shop day exclusives. And I gotta say, Boom Studios, you went above and beyond for this local comic book shop day. None of the other publishers really, did anything, but Boom, props to you. You did a great job with this one. First up today, we've got Lumberjanes number 75. They've got a foil variant coming out. And then Dune House of Trades number 2, also a foil variant. And then one issue I'm really looking forward to. We've got Something That's Killing the Children number 1, foil variant. I love this series. I can't stop talking about it and telling everybody about it. James Tynion IV has done a great job with it. But then after that, we've got Power Rangers number 1. It's a Peach Momoko foil variant. I think it's very nice. Not a big fan of Peach Momoko, but I think she did a great job with this one. And then we have Mighty Morphin number 1, foil variant. Probably won't be picking that one up. But for all of you DC fans that are going to be picking up the brand new series, Other History of the DC Universe number 1, it has a metallic silver variant coming out. You can't really tell from the picture, obviously, but I think in person it's going to look very nice. But then we have another new one coming out that sounds kind of cool. True War Stories OGN Z2 Comics. It's going to be $20 though, but it says it's Tales of Deployment from Vietnam to Today. True War Stories. That might be pretty cool if you're into war-relating stuff. I won't be grabbing it, but if you're interested, might be something cool. And then Marvel's got one issue coming out. It's Ten of Swords Destruction number 1. So if you are getting the brand new series, they're going to have a LCS exclusive that day. But that's it for all the local comic book shop day exclusives. I think it's going to be a little bit lighter compared to last year, probably because of COVID and all that stuff going on. But make sure you check out some of these issues. I think it's going to be really cool. As always, thank you everyone that keeps contributing to NAMI, the Organization for Mental Health Awareness. If you are interested in donating, hit the link down low in the description. All you have to do is donate $5 to automatically be enrolled in one of my giveaways. I just recently gave away TMNT The Last Ronin, so be on the lookout in one of my upcoming videos for my next book to give away. And thank you for watching my video. If you did enjoy it, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. And if you don't want to miss out on any of my upcoming content and you want to be a part of a community that's dedicated to comic books and helping raise awareness for mental health, then hit the subscribe button down low and the little bell to get notified every time I drop new content. You won't regret it. And I've got 2 more videos sitting off to the side here with more of my comic book content. Click on one of those and I'll see you in the next one. Have a good day.